evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Central Hardin High School for tonight's volleyball action. Tonight's game will be between the 13-2 Elizabethtown Panthers and the 9-1 Central Hardin Bruins. We'll now turn it over to our PA announcer for tonight's starting lineups.
Number 24, Maddie Redding. Number 3, Kate Prather. Number 11, Morgan Gaddis. Number 23, Sydney Clark. Number 20, Elizabeth Godfrey. And the libero, Anna Thomas. Elizabethtown is coached by Bart Catlett. And now your Central Hardin Lady Bruins. A defensive specialist, a junior, number 11, Emma Shaw. A right side hitter, number 15, a freshman, Maddie Ford. A setter, number 19, a junior, Madison Walters. A middle blocker, a junior, number 29, Tori Steele. A middle blocker, number 14, a junior, Allie Simpson. A senior, left side hitter, number 4, Emma Pike. And your libero, a freshman, number 3, Kelsey Branger. Central Hardin is coached by Bill Reinecker. Our officials tonight, the first referee is Mr.
Student Production. HCEC-TV is a division of Hardin County Schools. Live Channel 1 programming is sponsored in part by Brandenburg Telecom, providing service for all your telecommunication needs. Physical Therapy Associates, more personal attention for more effective results. With locations in Elizabethtown, Hodgenville, Radcliffe, and South Louisville. Online at physicaltherapyky.com, etownapartments.com by Mark Harris Construction. Take a virtual tour today at etownapartments.com. Bluegrass Cellular, offering the most affordable unlimited plan anywhere where wireless works. Visit us at bluegrasscellular.com. E-Town Exterminating, 270-737-6900. Online at mugabug.com. And West Point Bank with 5 offices located in Elizabethtown, Radcliffe, Upton, Glendale, and West Point. Let us help make life simpler. Hometown banking made simple. Online at westpointbank.com. Again, the Bruins come in under Coach Reinecker, 9-1 on the season. After tonight's game, they'll have the Queens of the Court at Central Hardin this weekend. They'll play 2 games on Friday night, one at 6 and one at 8, and then 3 games on Saturday. For Elizabethtown, they come in again 13-2 under Bart Catlett. Their next game will be Monday evening as they will travel to John Hardin to take on the Bulldogs at 7 o'clock. And then on Tuesday night, they will travel to Post and take on the Fort Knox Eagles at 6:30. For HCEC-TV, we've got a busy week. Not only tomorrow night, we have football action as South Warren comes to take on the Bruins. Kick time there will be 8 p.m. On Monday, there will be volleyball action as these Elizabethtown Panthers will travel to John Hardin to take on the Bulldogs at 7:30. Tuesday night, we'll have boys soccer. Meade County will travel to Cecilia to take on the Bruins. Start time there is 7 o'clock. Wednesday night, we will tape girls soccer action. Should be available the following day. That'll be North Hardin and John Hardin. On Thursday night, we'll be right back here at Central Hardin High School for some more volleyball action as Meade County will come to take on the Bruins. Start time set for 7:30. And then next Friday night, it'll be football action as it'll be Central Hardin traveling to John Hardin in the Dog Pound for football action. Kickoff set for 7:30. On the court now, inside for the Panthers, it's going to be Maddie Redding, Morgan Gaddis, Sailor Sandlin, Godfrey, Thomas with it, sets for Sandlin. Gaddis gets the kill in the middle as it gets lands on the side of the Bruins, so the first point will go to the Panthers. Also starting Kate Prather is now Sailor Sandlin will serve, 1 serving 0. Walters keeps it in bounds. Pike just sends it over. Godfrey to Sandlin, sets up Prather, and diving between 2 players. It was Maddie Ford and Emma Shaw. Falls there, and Elizabethtown now takes a 2-0 lead. Sandlin still serving. Shaw to Walters. Pike sends it over, not able to be dug out. She got it to the back line. Point for the Bruins. And now to be Madison Walters serving. 1 serving 2. That one gets in the net. Now Morgan Gaddis will go to the service line. As Sydney Clark checks into the lineup for the Panthers. 3 serving 1. Brangers up to Walters, outside for Pike. Pike dumps it over, sent right back by Clark. Joust at the net. Now Branger's going to bump set there for Pike. Blocked there by the Panthers. Dug out. Walters sends it over the net. Godfrey to Sandlin. Godfrey sends it back line. Shaw up to Walters. Outside for Pike. Pike goes down the line. It falls between a couple of Panthers. And a point for the Bruins. Allie Simpson will go to the line to serve as Tori Steele comes in to take the libero spot. Simpson will be serving 2, serving 3. And going to be an ace by Simpson. And she got just in front of the back line. Godfrey unable to get a line on that one. And we're all tied. 3 serving 3. Clark to Sandlin. Back to Clark. Just tries to dump it over. Walters able to get to it. Steele bumps it up. Then Walters sends it over. Sandlin tries to dump it in. Steele got to it. Shaw now for Pike. Pike gets the kill as it goes across. A very good downward motion from Emma Pike, the senior leader for the Bruins. Four serving 3. Clark digs it out. Sandlin, Prather sends it over. That'll send Redding to the line to serve. 4 serving 4. Shaw bumps it up to Walters. Short set inside. And Steele to kill. Ella Lewis checks into the ballgame for the Bruins as Pike will go to the service line. 5 serving 4. Redding, Sandlin, and when he blocked there as Clark tried to get the kill. Tori Steele with the block. 6 serving 4. That one will go wide. I'll send Kate Prather to the line for the Panthers. 5 serving 6. Pike to the front line to Walters. Set outside for Lewis. Dug out by Thomas. Sandlin bumps is going to go across the net. And a good job by Maddie Ford. And she gets the kill, sneaks it back over the net. Ford actually played for Elizabethtown last year as an 8th grader. She will now be serving 7, serving 5. Redding to Sandlin. Now for Godfrey. Dug out by Pike, but unable to get it to one of her teammates. Alex Lambs checks in for the Bruins. Take forward spot. And Anna Thomas will be serving for the Panthers, 6 serving 7. Lands hits it straight up. Pike will send it near the net. Lewis a little too far away from the net as she tried to spike that one. Gets it into the net, and we're all tied again now at 7 with Thomas serving. Rangers up to Walters. And there for Steele. Redding gets to it. Now Gaddis going to send it over after a short set from Sandlin. 3 straight points now for the Panthers. Thomas will be serving again. It'll be 8 serving 7. Rangers up to Walters for Steele. Dug out by Redding. Lands to Walters across. They're going to call a double hit. Point for the Panthers. 9 serving 7. Miscommunication between Lands and Pike. An ace for Elizabethtown. 10 serving 7. Lands to Walters. Outside for Lewis. Lewis going to hit that one long. And with that, Coach Reniker going to take his first time out as the Panthers on top by 4, 11-7. This is a Hardin County Educational and Community Television student production. HCEC-TV is a division of Hardin County Schools. Live Channel 1 programming is sponsored in part by Brandenburg Telecom, providing service for all your telecommunication needs. Physical Therapy Associates, more personal attention for more effective results. eTownApartments.com by Mark Harris Construction. Take a virtual tour today. Bluegrass Cellular, offering the most affordable, unlimited plan anywhere. eTown Exterminating, 270-737-6900. And West Point Bank, let us help make life simpler. Hometown banking made simple. Get a reminder, we'll be back on the air tomorrow night with live sports coverage. It'll be football action. As South Warren will travel to Central Hardin. Central Hardin 2-1 on the season. A tough luck loss last week, losing 15-0 to Christian Academy of Louisville in a torrential downpour on Friday night. They look to get back into the winning column tomorrow. Thomas serving, 11 serving 7. Walters for Steele, blocked it by Godfrey and Gaddis. Lewis goes down the line. That one's dug out by Thomas, goes back over the net. Prather gets it to Sandlin. Now Godfrey tipped at the net. Walters going to set outside for Lewis. Lewis stopped there by Gaddis. Sandlin with a bump. Gotten over by Godfrey. Walters back line for Pike. Pike tries to get over. Gaddis knocked it down, but Lewis, that one dug out by Prather. Back line. Steele for Lewis, tries to dump it in. Sandlin there, bumps it in the air. Redding to Godfrey. Godfrey goes back line to Bringers. And trying to get another one in. Redding digs that one out. Now Sandlin tries to dump one in. Lewis dug out by Redding. Sandlin for Godfrey. At the line, at the net, sorry. Lewis will send it over. And they have a net violation after a long rally between the Panthers and the Bruins. Allie Simpson checks back into the lineup. Kelsey Bringers will be serving, 8 serving 11. That one's going to go deep. Bringer's just a freshman, but she has played at the varsity level since the 7th grade. Godfrey now serving for the Panthers. She'll go to Lands. Walter sends it back to Lewis, dumps it over. Redding for Sandlin, for Gaddis, blocked back. Prather. Now Walter sets across for Lewis. Blocked at the net. went off of the Panthers and out of bounds. Shaw will check back into the lineup for the Bruins, and she'll go to the service line, as it will now be 9 serving 12. Shaw gets it to Thomas, to Sandlin for Gaddis. Lands gets something on it. Walter's going to hit it across for Pike. Pike goes to the middle, gets the point. Shaw will go back to the line. 10 serving 12. Prather to Sandlin, outside for Redding. It'll be a touch. And so it'll be a point for the Panthers. Sailor Sandlin to the line to serve, 13 serving 10. Shaw to Walters, outside for Pike. Pike blocked there, dug out by Simpson. Walters going to set it back up for Pike. That's going to go off of the blockers up front and be a point for the Bruins. Maddie Ford comes back into the lineup as Madison Walters goes to the line to serve for the Bruins. 11 serving 13. That one will go long. Sydney Clark checks back into the lineup for the Panthers. That'll be Morgan Gaddis to the line to serve. 14 serving 11. Bringers up to Walters for Pike. Off the front line. Redding to Sandlin. Prather goes over the net. Walters just dumps it over. Sandlin to Godfrey for Redding. Walters now for Pike. Dug out by Gaddis to Sandlin for Redding. Dug out by Bringers. And Simpson went to try to just tap it over. Unsuccessful. Gaddis will go back to the line to serve again. It'll be 15 serving 11. Bringers to Shaw, back for Pike. Pike dumps it in, he's going to find a hole. A steal comes back into the lineup for the Bruins. And Allie Simpson to the line, 12 serving 15. And catches the top of the net, Redding to Sandlin for Prather. Back line dug out by Simpson. Steele and Clark going at the joust, won by Central. Sandlin had to hit that one over. It goes out of bounds. Point for the Bruins, 13 serving 15. Thomas sent it all the way back over the net. Shaw for Walters for Steele. Dug out by Thomas. Sandlin back sets for Prather. Dug out by Walters. And Simpson acted like she was going to go for it. And her and Shaw miscommunication. The ball falls between them. Point for the Panthers. That'll send Maddie Redding to the line. 16 serving 13. With that, we'll have another timeout. This is an HCEC-TV student production, a division of Hardin County Schools. Special thanks to our live sports coverage sponsors, Brandenburg Telecom, Physical Therapy Associates, eTownApartments.com, Bluegrass Cellular, eTown Exterminating, and West Point Bank. Tune in weekly for rebroadcast of all local HCEC-TV programs airing on Brandenburg Telecom and Comcast Cable Channel 2, Spectrum Communications Digital TV 12.33, and using a Spectrum cable box, channel number 25. We come back to action. It will be 16 serving 13 with Maddie Redding at the line for the Panthers. And an ace from Redding. A lot of top spin on that serve. Got over the front line and falls in front of the back line. Back line to Shaw, up to Walters. Side for Pike. Redding digs it out. Sandlin going to back set for Prather. Prather across and gets the kill as it goes between two Bruins. And Redding back to the line to serve again. Shaw to Walters for Ford. Thomas one hand gets it out. And Ford unable to control that. There's going to be a double hit. Falls to the ground. Another point for the Panthers. 19 serving 13. That one gets over. Shaw dives to get it. Pike gets it up. Walters sends it over. Redding to Sandlin for Godfrey. Tries to tip it down the line. Pike able to dig it out. Walters sets it to the back line. Shaw sends it over. And there by Clark. Shaw going to reset. Now gets it to Pike. Godfrey to Sandlin. Clark goes back line. Shaw with the dig. Walters tries to dump it over. Now Sandlin going to set there for Prather. And Prather gets another point. In high school volleyball, it is the best 3 out of 5 games. Games 1 through 4 will go to the first one to 25, leading by 2. Dug out by Brangers, up to Walters for Steele, and Steele gets the kill. The match does go to the 5th game. The 5th game is played to the first one to 15, leading by 2. Emma Pike to the line for the Bruins. It'll be 14 serving 20. That one goes into the net. Pike will send that one all the way back over. Godfrey gets it to Sandlin. Clark hits it over. Walters to Brangers for Lewis. Dug out by Prather. Thomas gets it to Sandlin. Sandlin bumps it over. Steele to Lewis. Now to Lewis. Prather gets it for Godfrey. Brangers digs it out there to Walters for Steele. And it bounces off a couple of Panthers into the floor. And a point for the Bruins. And that'll send Maddie Ford to serve. 15 serving 21. Sandlin able to get it back in and not going to be able to get it over the net between the antennas. A point for the Bruins. 16 serving 21. Dug out by Clark, dumps it over, dug out by Brangers. Walters for Lewis. Back line to Thomas. Sandlin now going to set for Godfrey. Blocked at the front line. And Godfrey gets the kill. And the point for the Panthers. Senior Anna Thomas will go back to the line. It'll be 22 serving 16. Pike to Walters for Lewis. Thomas to Sandlin for Godfrey. Godfrey not able to get that one over the net. Point for the Bruins. Allie Simpson back into the ball game. Kelsey Brangers to the line to serve. 17 serving 22. Prather able to get it to Sandlin, and it doesn't go over between the antennas. 18 serving 22. Prather to Sandlin for Gaddis. Another kill for the Panthers. And now Godfrey will go to the line to serve. .23 serving 18. Lance sends it up. And they're going to call a net violation on Gaddis. And there was really nothing for her to do. I think the ball would have gone into the net anyway. But she reaches over the net. Point for the Bruins. Emma Shaw back into the lineup. She goes to the line, 19 serving 23. Prather up to Sandlin for Gaddis. That's going to go wide. Point for the Bruins. Coach Catlett thinking that it was tipped at the net. Officials disagree. So it'll be 20 serving 23. Prather going to send it all the way back over. Joust at the line, and Sandlin going to win the joust. Another point for the Panthers, and Sandlin will go to the line serving for game number 1. Goes to Brangers, to Shaw, for Pike. Pike sends it to Thomas, to Sandlin. Back sets for Prather. Lewis inside for Simpson, and a point for the Bruins. Madison Walters now to serve. 21 serving 24. Maddie Ford back into the lineup. That'll go long, and game number 1 will go to the Panthers, 25-21. This is a Hardin County Educational and Community Television student production. HCEC-TV is a division of Hardin County Schools. Live Channel 1 programming is sponsored in part by Brandenburg Telecom, providing service for all your telecommunication needs. Physical Therapy Associates, more personal attention for more effective results, with locations in Elizabethtown, Hodgenville, Radcliffe, and South Louisville. Online at physicaltherapyky.com. eTownApartments.com by Mark Harris Construction. Take a virtual tour today at eTownApartments.com. Bluegrass Cellular, offering the most affordable, unlimited plan anywhere, where wireless works. Visit us at bluegrasscellular.com. eTown Exterminating, 270-737-6900. Online at mugabug.com. And West Point Bank, with 5 offices located in Elizabethtown, Radcliffe, Upton, Glendale, and West Point. Let us help make life simpler. Hometown banking made simple. Online at westpointbank.com. Tune in weekly for rebroadcasts of all HCEC-TV programs airing on Brandenburg Telecom and Comcast Cable Channel 2, Spectrum Communications Digital TV 12.33, and Spectrum Cable Box Channel 25. A reminder, we have a full week of HCEC-TV live sports next week. It'll all start tomorrow night. We'll have football action as South Warren comes to take on the Central Hardin Bruins. Kickoff time is 8 p.m. for that. Monday night, it'll be volleyball action as Elizabethtown will travel to John Hardin to take on the Bulldogs. First serve set for 7:30. Tuesday night, it'll be boys soccer as Meade County will come to take on the Central Hardin Bruins. Game time there is 7 p.m. Wednesday night, we'll have a game. It'll be on tape delay North Hardin will go to John Hardin in girls action, girls soccer action. On Thursday, it'll be volleyball action. We'll be back here at Bruin Gymnasium as Meade County comes to take on the Bruins. First serve set for 7:30, and then on Friday night, it'll be Central Hardin traveling to John Hardin. Kick time there will be 7:30 p.m. Game number one won by Elizabethtown, 25-21. The teams will now switch sides, and we will start game number 2. On the court for the Bruins, it'll be Emma Pike, Allie Simpson, Madison Walters, Emma Shaw, Tori Steele, and Kelsey Brangers. On the court for the Panthers, it'll be Kate Prather, Maddie Redding, Morgan Gaddis, Mary Godfrey, Sydney Clark, and Sailor Sandlin, with Anna Thomas checking in at the libero spot. She'll take Clark's spot, and E-Town will have first serve in game number 2 as Sailor Sandlin will go to the line, 0 serving 0. Sends it back line to Shaw. Shaw to Walters. Brangers tries to just tip it over, and Gaddis there to send it right back down on top of her. And Elizabethtown gets the first point of game number 2. 1 serving 0. To Shaw, up to Walters, able to get it out of the net. Now Pike sends it over, but it will go out. And it'll be the second point of game number 2 will also go to the Panthers. Two serving 0. Shaw to Walters. For Simpson, joust at the net, won by Morgan Gaddis. 3 serving 0. That'll go into the net. And that'll send Madison Walters to the line, 1 serving 3. Walters to Godfrey. That'll be an ace for Walters. Godfrey unable to handle the serve. 2 serving 3. Thomas up to Sandlin, sets there for Redding, across to Brangers. Walters sets up for Pike, blocked at the net, dug out, and we're going to have a net violation on the Bruins. The point for the Panthers, and Morgan Gaddis will go to the line to serve as Sydney Clark checks in for the Panthers. And that serve was way low as it almost took Redding's head off. She was able to get her hand in front of it. The point for the Bruins. Allie Simpson now to serve, 3 serving 4. And Redding and Thomas miscommunicate. Be an ace for Simpson. All knotted at 4 now. Thomas up to Sandlin. Have a double hit. Five serving 4. Redding to Sandlin for Prather. Prather sends it long. Another point for the Bruins. And Simpson back to the line now, serving 6 serving 4. Thomas digs that one out. Sandlin going to get to it, sends it back near the net. Sent over by Clark. Walters going to set for steal. Coach Catlett thinking she got into the net. Point for the Bruins, 7 serving 4. Redding up to Sandlin. Back sets for Prather. Gets it over. Gets it between a couple of Bruins. Bringers. Actually, sorry, she'll track down the ball. It'll be Redding going to the line for the Panthers. It'll be 5 serving 7. Dug out by Shaw to Walters. Pike sends it over. Redding to Sandlin for Godfrey. Godfrey goes back line. Shaw gets to it. Walters sets to this middle. Pike sends it back line to Thomas. Sandlin set for Godfrey. Shaw gets another one. Walters. Now Branger sends it over. Hit by Sandlin. Now to Thomas. Now Sandlin will get it over the net. Shaw to Walters. Outside for Pike. That goes to the back to Thomas. Sandlin going to try to dump it in. Bringers gets to it. Steele pops it high in the air. Walters sends it over. Thomas to Sandlin. Now for Redding. Blocked at the line. Picked up by the Panthers. Godfrey sends it over. Shaw to Walters. Now for Pike. Dug out by Redding to Sandlin. Godfrey sends it over. Pike to Walters for Steele. And got back over by Redding, and a joust at the line as Caroline Pruitt had checked in. And they're going to say that Clark was in the net. A net violation. Ella Lewis checks back into the lineup for the Bruins. Pike will now be serving. It'll be 8 serving 5. Thomas up to Sandlin. Clark tipped it over. Lewis sends it right back to her. Sandlin with another set for Clark. And a point for the Panthers. It came down on Central Hardin side. Kate Prather now to the line to serve. 6 serving 8. Bringers up to Lewis for Steele. Lands checks back into the lineup for the Bruins, taking Pruitt's spot. Lands will go to the line to serve. 9 serving 6. Redding to Sandlin. Godfrey down the line. Kill for the Panthers. Gaddis back into the lineup for Elizabethtown. Thomas will go to the line. 7 serving 9. Land sends it up near the net. Walters just tapped it over. Dug out by Gaddis. Sandlin sends it over. And that'll be a net violation. I believe he said on Steele. 8 serving 9. Pike to Walters. Lewis gets it over. Now Sandlin will set inside for Gaddis. Gaddis just finds a hole and drops it in. We're all knotted at 9. Anna Thomas now to serve. And it's going to go off the net, out of bounds. Point for the Bruins. Allie Simpson checks back into the lineup for the Bruins. Kelsey Bringers to the line to serve. And we'll call that long. This will be a point for Elizabethtown. And tied back up at 10. as Mary Godfrey now goes to the line to serve. Dug out by Lands to Walters for Simpson. Dug out by Thomas to Sandlin. Now Redding going to send it back line. Pike there. Walters for Lewis. Blocked there by Gaddis and Sandlin. Elizabeth Godfrey now to serve. Walters down the line. The kill for Lewis. Now ties back up at 11. Shaw checks back into the lineup for the Bruins. She'll go to the line to serve. Prather to Sandlin for Gaddis. And it tips off of Allie Simpson and it kind of loses all of its momentum, falls to the ground on the Bruins side. Point for the Panthers. And Sailor Sandlin will go to the line to serve. Bringers to Walters for Pike. That'll go off Godfrey. Point for the Bruins. And we're back to tied at 12. Caroline Pruitt checks back in for the Bruins. Madison Walters to the line to serve. Sandlin for Prather. Block inside by Pike and Simpson. And Walters will go back to the service line. 13 serving 12. Thomas up to Sandlin for Gaddis. They got by Shaw. Walters. Bringer sends it over. Godfrey to Sandlin. Sandlin tries to find a hole. Bringer's got to it. Simpson sends it over. Joust at the line. Pruitt gets it to Walters. Now Bringers will send it over the net to Thomas. Up to Sandlin. Sandlin outside for Redding. Blocked at the net. Dug back out. Over the net. Shaw to Walters. Pike gets it over. Redding with the dive. Now Sandlin going to send it to Shaw. Walters have a double hit on the Bruins. And now Morgan Gaddis goes to the line. It'll be 13 serving 13. Shaw to Walters for Simpson. Point for the Bruins. Tori Steele comes back into the lineup. It'll be Allie Simpson going to the line to serve. 14 serving 13. Redding going to send it all the way back over the net. Shaw to Walters for Pruitt. Blocked at the net. Pruitt digs it back out. Shaw over to Pike. Pike down the line. Redding got one hand on it. Godfrey. Now Redding sends it over. Shaw to Walters for Pike. Blocked at the net. Shaw to Walters. Now she goes the other side for Pruitt. And that one goes off Clark. Point for the Bruins. Simpson back to the line, 15 serving 13. Prather to Sandlin. Sandlin to Prather. Walters for Steele. Prather with the dig. Sandlin to Redding. Redding just able to get it over the net, and it finds a hole. And she'll go to the line to serve for the Panthers, as it will be 14 serving 15. Again, this is game number 2. Game number 1 won by the Panthers 25-21. Rangers to Walters for Pike. Down the line, it's in. I don't know if it's something from the seats. Coach Renneker going to go talk to the student section for Central Hardin. And so it'll be a point for the Bruins. Emma Pike will go to the line, 16, serving 14. As Lewis will check back into the lineup for the Bruins. Thomas going to go all the way back over the net. Walters to steal for Lewis. Down the line, dug by Thomas. Redding to Sandlin. Sandlin sends it over, dug out by Brangers. Walters tries to find a hole. Brangers gets to it. Sandlin gets to that. Redding sends it over to Brangers. Walters for steal, and it's blocked back by Godfrey and Clark. Kate Prather serving for the Panthers, 15 serving 16. And that one caught Kelsey Brangers kind of in no man's land. She wasn't sure if she should bump it or set it. And the ace for the Panthers ties it up at 16 apiece. Pike sends that one into the net. That goes off a couple of different Bruins. And ultimately it'll be 4 hits on the Bruins. Point for the Panthers, who take the lead, 17 serving 16. Pike to Walters for Lewis. That'll go off Sandlin. Lands back into the lineup, and she'll go to the line to serve. So we're all tied at 17 apiece. That'll go long. Gaddis checks back in for the Panthers. Thomas will go to the line to serve. 18 serving 17. Walters got it to steal. It's going to be sent back over by Godfrey. Now Walters for Lewis. And that one hit right on the top of the tape and kind of ran down the net. Falls onto the Panther side, so a point for the Bruins. And Kelsey Brangers goes to the line. She'll serve 18, serving 18. Thomas up to Sandlin. Go outside for Godfrey. Dug out by Pike. Walters now for Lewis. Dug out by Thomas. Sandlin for Godfrey. Dug out by Lands. Lewis hits it high in the air. Now Brangers will send it over. Redding to Prather for Godfrey. And it's going to go off the front line and fall. A point for the Panthers. And now Elizabeth Godfrey goes to the line. And it will be 19 serving 18. Simpson tries to dump it in. It's going to go wide. (20) serving 18. With that, Coach Renneker going to take a timeout. This is a Hardin County Educational and Community Television student production. HCEC-TV is a division of Hardin County Schools. Live Channel 1 programming is sponsored in part by Brandenburg Telecom, providing service for all your telecommunication needs. Physical Therapy Associates, online at physicaltherapyky.com. eTownApartments.com by Mark Harris Construction. Bluegrass Cellular, where wireless works. Visit us at bluegrasscellular.com. eTown Exterminating, online at mugabug.com. And West Point Bank, let us help make life simpler. Hometown banking made simple, online at westpointbank.com. We are in game number 2. It's currently Elizabethtown on top, 20-18. Elizabethtown won the first game, 25-21. Again, it is the best 3 out of 5. It'll be Elizabeth Godfrey serving. We'll have a double hit on Walters. A point for the Panthers. 21 serving 18. Land's going to send it back over the net, and it goes wide. (22) serving 18. Brangers up to Walters for Simpson. Sent back by Redding and Gaddis. Godfrey serve, 23 serving 18. That one to Pike, to Walters for Lewis. Thomas to Sandlin. Outside for Redding. And it's hit around by a couple of Bruins, unable to get it back over the net. Be a point for the Panthers. And it'll be Elizabeth Godfrey serving for game number 2. Coach Renneker going to take his last timeout. Tune in weekly for rebroadcast of all HCEC-TV programs, airing on Brandenburg Telecom and Comcast Cable Channel 2, Spectrum Communications Digital TV 12.33, and Spectrum Cable Box Channel 25. For Central Hardin, their next game, they'll have a tournament here at Central Hardin High School. Queens of the Court. They'll have 2 games on Friday night, 6 and 8 o'clock. And then 3 games on Saturday. Check your listings for the times of those starts. For Elizabethtown, their next match will be on Monday night as they will travel to John Hardin to take on the Bulldogs. First serve at 7 p.m. there. And then on Tuesday night, they will travel to Post to take on the Fort Knox Eagles. Game time there for 6:30. So we come back to action. It'll be Elizabeth Godfrey serving for game number 2, 24 serving 18. Sends it to Brangers, up to Walters. For Lewis, dug out there. Prather unable to really control as it goes wide. And Shaw will check back into the lineup for the Bruins, as it'll be 19 serving 24. Thomas to Sandlin for Gaddis, and finds a hole, and game number 2 will go to Elizabethtown. We'll win 25-19. This is a Hardin County Educational and Community Television student production. HCEC-TV is a division of Hardin County Schools. Live Channel 1 programming is sponsored in part by Brandenburg Telecom, providing service for all your telecommunication needs. Physical Therapy Associates, more personal attention for more effective results, with locations in Elizabethtown, Hodgenville, Radcliffe, and South Louisville. Online at physicaltherapyky.com. eTownApartments.com by Mark Harris Construction. Take a virtual tour today at eTownApartments.com. Bluegrass Cellular, offering the most affordable unlimited plan anywhere where wireless works. Visit us at bluegrasscellular.com. eTown Exterminating, 270-737-6900. Online at mugabug.com. And West Point Bank, with 5 offices located in Elizabethtown, Radcliffe, Upton, Glendale, and West Point. Let us help make life simpler. Hometown banking made simple. Online at westpointbank.com. Our schedule for the remainder of this week and next week here on HCEC-TV as far as live sports. Tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. Volleyball action as South Warren comes to take on the Central Hardin Bruins. Monday night as Elizabethtown will travel to Central Hardin. First serve set there for 7:30. Tuesday night it'll be boys soccer action. And we'll be back here at Central Hardin High School as the Bruins will host the Green Wave of Meade County. Game time set for 7 o'clock. Wednesday night we will tape a game that should be available on Thursday. It'll be girls soccer as North Hardin will travel to John Hardin to take on the Bulldogs. Thursday evening it'll be volleyball action right back here at Bruin Gymnasium as Meade County will come to take on the Bruins. First serve set for 7:30. And then next Friday night, there'll be football action as Central Hardin will travel to the Dog Pound to take on the Bulldogs. Kickoff time set for 7:30. As we come back for game number 3 on the court for the Panthers, it's Sailor Sandlin, Morgan Gaddis, Maddie Redding, Kate Prather, Sydney Clark, and Elizabeth Godfrey. Anna Thomas comes in. She'll be the libero. She takes Clark's spot. On the court for the Bruins, Emma Shaw, Allie Simpson, Tori Steele, Emma Pike, Madison Walters, and Alex Lands. And Kelsey Bringers will come in and actually take Simpson's spot at the libero. Emma Shaw will lead off the serving for game number 3. To Thomas, up to Sandlin, short sets for Gaddis. Point for the Panthers, and that'll send Sailor Sandlin to the line. 1 serving 0. Shaw to Bringers for Pike. Godfrey. Sandlin just able to get one arm to it. And it'll fall to the ground. Be a point for the Bruins. That'll send Madison Walters to the line. One serving 1. Thomas up to Sandlin for Gaddis. Blocked there by Pruitt. It falls to the ground. A point for the Panthers. Sydney Clark back into the lineup. Morgan Gaddis goes to the line to serve. 2 serving 1. Back line to Shaw. Walters across for Pike. That's going to go off Gaddis. Be a point for the Bruins. And that's going to send Kelsey Bringers to the line. It'll be 2 serving 2. And an ace from Bringers as it gets just in front of the back line. Now it'll be 3 serving 2. Redding to Sandlin for Prather. Blocked there. Dug out by Prather for Sandlin. Back to Redding. Walters to Pike. Now Walters will just send it over. Redding down the line. Sandlin unable to get to it. Serving 2. Redding to Sandlin. Back to Redding. Blocked there, but it goes out of bounds. Good point for the Panthers. And that'll send Maddie Redding to the line. 3, serving 4. Rangers up to Walters for Pike. Godfrey sends it back near the net. Sandlin is going to go under the net. Net violation. Point for the Bruins. Lewis checks back into the lineup for the Bruins as Emma Pike goes to the line. 5, serving 3. Pike to Redding. Thomas sends it up. Godfrey sends it over. Walters to Simpson for Lewis. Sandlin for Prather to Pike. Walters sets up for Pruitt. Thomas gets to it. Redding able to get to it, and Sandlin sends it over, and it's in as it gets right on the line. Good point for the Panthers. And send Kate Prather to the line to serve. 4, serving 5. Pruitt for Lewis, back line to Thomas. Sandlin for Godfrey. Walters digs that out to Bringers. Back for Pruitt. And then caught Pruitt a little low on her arm and able to get it over the net. And we're all tied at 5. Kate Prather serving for the Panthers. Pike to Lewis, unable to control it. And E-Town takes the lead after 3 straight points. 6, serving 5. That one goes into the net. Alex Land's back into the game. She'll go to the line. 6, serving 6. Redding up to Sandlin. Outside for Godfrey. Now the officials are going to talk about it, as they were calling a net violation. It almost looked like there was a net violation on both teams. I'm going to say no point. So everybody will reset. Lands will go back to the service line, and we'll play it over. As it'll be 6, serving 6. Now Coach Catlett wanting a explanation. I believe they're just going to say reserve. Six, serving 6. Prather up to Sandlin. Sandlin sends it back line to Pike. Walters outside for Lewis. I'm at the line by Clark, able to poke it over. Now Walters going to send it right back up there. And we'll have a net violation on the Bruins. And that'll send Thomas to the line, and now it'll be 7, serving 6. And Lands and Pike not communicating. They both kind of go after it. It goes out of bounds. Ace for Thomas. 8, serving 6. Walter sets up for Lewis. Taps it over. Gaddis sends it right back over. Lewis trying to get to it. It goes into the net. Good point for the Panthers. And now with a 3-point lead, Coach Renneker going to take his first time out of game number 3. Elizabethtown up 9-6. This is a Hardin County Educational and Community Television student production. HCEC-TV is a division of Hardin County Schools. Live Channel 1 programming is sponsored in part by Brandenburg Telecom, providing service for all your telecommunication needs. Physical Therapy Associates, more personal attention for more effective results, with locations in Elizabethtown, Hodgenville, Radcliffe, and South Louisville. Online at physicaltherapyky.com. eTownApartments.com by Mark Harris Construction. Take a virtual tour today at eTownApartments.com. Bluegrass Cellular, offering the most affordable unlimited plan anywhere where wireless works. Online at bluegrasscellular.com. eTown Exterminating, 270-737-6900. Online at mugabug.com. And West Point Bank with 5 offices located in Elizabethtown, Radcliffe, Upton, Glendale, and West Point. Let us help make life simpler. Hometown banking made simple. Online at westpointbank.com. So come back out of the timeout. It'll be Anna Thomas serving for Elizabethtown, 9 serving 6. Walters for Lewis, dug out by Thomas. Gaddis gets to it. Godfrey sends it over. Pike up to the front line for Walters, tipped over by Simpson, dug out by Sandlin. Godfrey sends it over, Bringers digs it out. Walters going to set there for Lewis. Thomas to Sandlin, and there'll be a double hit on Elizabethtown. Point for the Bruins. Tori Steele checks back into, no she doesn't. Emma Shaw will check back into the lineup, and she'll go to the line to serve. Seven serving 6. I think they had a substitution error, or actually I'm not sure what happened. But Simpson now comes out of the game. Steele checks into it. It'll be a point for the Panthers. And Elizabeth Godfrey now serving. Walters just dumps it over. And it should, on the point, I thought it would have been 10 serving 7. Now they have it corrected. Shaw comes back into the game. Now it's 8 serving 10. I believe somebody on Central's team hit out of order. Godfrey to Sandlin for Gaddis. Point for the Panthers. Gaddis was able to get so high, hit the ball with such a downward angle. Hard for the opposition to dig it out. Sandlin now serving, 11 serving 8. Gets it to Shaw, to Bringers for Pike. Godfrey gets it to Sandlin. Now Redding sends it over to Bringers. Up to Walters for Steele. Steele finds a hole. Caroline Pruitt checks into the lineup for the Bruins as Madison Walters goes to the line to serve, 9 serving 11. Thomas going to send it all the way back over, and Steele and Pike will send it right back on top of them. Point for the Bruins. Now be 10 serving 11. Thomas to Sandlin for Gaddis. They got there by Walters. Bringers bumps it forward for Pike. Pike gets it over to Redding. Sandlin for Prather. Backline Shaw unable to get it off the deck. A point for the Panthers, and that'll send Morgan Gaddis to the line. 12 serving 10. Shaw to Walters. Cross for Pike. Goes off Godfrey to Sandlin. Now Gaddis sends it over. Brangers to the front line to Walters. Short set for Steele. Dug out by Sandlin. Godfrey for Redding. Walters gets it to Brangers for Pike. Pike going to try to send it back line. Gaddis there. Sandlin going to send it back line to Shaw. Walters across for Pike. And that one will go between two Panthers. Good point for the Bruins. Anna Thomas checks back in for the Panthers. Allie Simpson checks back in for the Bruins. Kelsey Brangers to the line serving 11, serving 12. That one will go long as Redding started to go for it. Pulls it down quickly. Serving 11. Shaw to Walters for Pike. Dug out by Sandlin. Redding. Godfrey just going to dump it over. And the officials, I think, are going to call it no point, as it looked like Simpson had hit the ball twice at the net, and they waited for the point to be over. And then there was a double hit on Elizabethtown, so they're just going to say no point and replay. 13 serving 12. That goes off Simpson, falls to the ground. Ace for Redding. Officials timeout. I think they're trying to find out if there was a point given on the play where that they called no play and redid, and they are going to correct it. It's now going to be 14 serving 11. So they're going to say that the correct score is 14-11. And so Redding will serve for Elizabethtown. Pike sends it all the way back over. And Sydney Clark able to find an open hole. (15 serving 11). Simpson to Walters for Pike. Pike not able to get that one over the net. Coach Renneker going to take a timeout. Tune in weekly for rebroadcast of all HCEC-TV programs airing on Brandenburg Telecom and Comcast Cable Channel 2, Spectrum Communications Digital 12.33. or Spectrum Cable Box Channel 25. This is a Hardin County Educational and Community Television student production. HCEC-TV is a division of Hardin County Schools. Special thanks for our live sports coverage sponsors: Brandenburg Telecom, Physical Therapy Associates, eTownApartments.com, Bluegrass Cellular, eTown Exterminating, and West Point Bank. Again, tomorrow night we'll be back on the air with football action as South Warren comes to take on the Central Hardin Bruins. Game time set for 8 p.m. Next week on Monday we'll have volleyball action as eTown will travel to John Hardin. Tuesday night it's boys soccer as Meade County comes to take on Central Hardin. Wednesday night we have a taped game. It'll be girls soccer action. North Hardin travels to John Hardin. Thursday night, we'll be back here at Central Hardin as Meade County will come to take on the Bruins in volleyball action. And then on Friday night, Central Hardin will travel to John Hardin. So a full week of live sports coverage here on HCEC-TV. Back to action, Reading serving 16, serving 11. Walters for Pike. Dug out by Thomas to Sandlin for Clark. Goes off Shaw, and it'll be another point for the Panthers. And Reading back to the line again, and it'll be 17, serving 11. Ringers for Walters for Pike. They'll go off the block and come all the way back over the net. Walters now going to set it for Pruitt down the line. Thomas unable to get to it. Good point for the Bruins. And that'll send Emma Pike to the line. Lewis checks back into the lineup for the Bruins. 12 serving 17. Reading unable to get to that one. It'll be an ace for Pike. Reading up to Sandlin. That one doesn't go over between the antennas. 3 straight points for the Bruins, 14 serving 17. Reading up to Sandlin for Prather. A clean hit that time from Prather. And now she'll go to the line for the Panthers. 18 serving 14. Rangers and Pike both going after it. An ace for Prather. 19 serving 14. And that's out. Alex lands right back into the lineup for the Bruins, and she'll go to the line to serve. 15 serving 19. That one will go long. Morgan Gaddis back into the lineup as Anna Thomas will go to the line for the Panthers. 20 serving 15. Pike to Walters for Simpson. Dug out by Thomas. Sandlin for Godfrey, blocked at the net. Godfrey does it back out to Sandlin, back to Godfrey. We have a net violation on the Bruins. Thomas serving 21, serving 16. Lands up to Walters, across for Lewis. Lewis finds a hole. Point for the Bruins. Tori Steele comes back into the lineup. Simpson will go to the line to serve. 16 serving 21. And an ace by Simpson. (17) serving 21. Prather up to Sandlin. Sandlin dinks it over, finds a hole. And that'll send Elizabeth Godfrey to the line. 22 serving 17. Steele going to be dug out by Thomas, tipped back over by the Panthers. Lewis set up. Steele digs that one back out. Now Walters dumps it over. Sandlin inside for Gaddis, and it finds a hole. And Godfrey will be back serving 23, serving 17. Land's going to send that one all the way back over, and Gaddis able to find the hole. And now to be Elizabeth Godfrey serving for the match. He's gotten up 2 games to 0, and in this game, 24-17. Down the line to Pike, to Walters. Cross for Lewis. Godfrey got to that one. Prather going to send it back into the middle, and Sandlin dumps it over. Lewis to Walters. Steele going to send it over, blocked there, but dug back out. Now Pike to Lewis. Godfrey to Sandlin. Cross for Redding, and that's it. Game number 3 goes to the Panthers, 25-17.